And welcome back to another episode of Generation Shock. That's right.
Yo.
We're here. We're on your screens. And you know what time that means. Intro. All right. I really hope everything works all right because it says low system resources may affect audio quality. Try closing some applications to improve. But I don't have anything really open on my shit, so I don't know. Like, I think I need to start deleting shit. I got every video like we've ever created on my computer. And I think it's slowing it down. I could be wrong, but anyway.
It's funny how my phone cut you off. It's funny how the error message is on the video.
It's right. I'm not the only one seeing that. Fuck me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's,
Yeah,
it's right
there.
above my head.
It's there.
It is right under Mezia.
Okay, is that better?
I find out in a few seconds. You know, I'm
Yeah.
delayed. We ain't fans of y'all.
Okay, so yeah.
It's good.
Unfortunately, I'm hardwired too, so I don't know what the fuck that has anything to do with it. So I don't know why it's acting like an idiot. But yeah, this is not going to be the greatest show, I guess.
Well, we'll
because
find out.
No.
You know what it is?
Tasha, you frozen?
No. Oh,
Yeah, she.
I think she did. Oh,
Yeah.
No, she's just fucking with you. Anyway, I'll tell you guys the inside secret what happened. This week's episode, we're talking about NFTs and the metaverse. And since everybody knows you launder money with NFTs, from what I heard, or you know,
It's one way of laundering money,
you
right?
know what I'm saying? So they're like, the government's trying to shut us down. They don't want us talking about this and let everybody know how this shit's, this shit is not on the up and up. It's not legal. It's not ethical. And we really shouldn't be involved in it as a human race. But we're going to talk about it anyway because that's why we're going to talk about it. Because it's funny.
But
too.
here's a question though: Are we doing a monster week in sports?
There's nothing monstrous in sports this week.
Well, the Patriots are number
There's
one,
nothing
bro.
monstrous in sports this week.
Wrestling was boring this week.
This sports was boring. They were blah. I mean, if you
Blah,
really want to
blah,
kick it,
blah,
we can
blah.
kick it. I mean, do you want me to kick it? We can.
No, you don't have nothing on sports.
I can always talk about sports. There's always stuff for me to talk about.
It's up to you. I think we should just either that or run straight through into the NFTs.
Nah,
and what the
fuck
fuck
it.
are
Let's
they?
hit the intro.
All right, let's do it.
All right, maybe because of the internet, I might have probably should have skipped the intro because it is jittery as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like,
Jesus.
I think that's what I did.
It started loading on me too.
It's
I
like,
was don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
yeah.
Is there somewhere?
If you saw it, hopefully that froze. Subscribe.
Support our frozen page.
Shit.
We gonna make it. We got what? 55
Oh wow!
minutes to go?
YouTube is not. Oh my gosh! YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. That's my message from the thing. It's hardwired. You're hardwired in. Why won't you work?
The network in the area then?
Every time we do a show lately, or want to do a show, oh my god!
You know what it is? It's because the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 came out today.
They
Could
did
be
a
that.
sequel. That's gonna be dope. That's a Monster Week of
I
sports
can't
right
wait.
there. Anyway,
can't wait for that movie. Going opening night.
Anyway, so sports. Yes. Tiger Woods has announced that he will be playing for the first time since his near fatal car accident in a little tournament with his son.
Tiger Woods.
Oh yes, he did talk about that.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too. I don't think he's gonna play the whole season, but I think he's gonna play part of it.
No, this isn't even a season event. This is just a father-son thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's just getting back out there, play with his son, have a good time. Should be good.
That sounds like a good thing to do.
Yeah.
One last try.
One last ride, into the sunset. That's about it. Sports suck. Football sucks. I hate life. I'm only
Oh
making.
my gosh.
Football's getting better every week for me.
Oh
bro.
my
It's
gosh!
getting-
Every time it gets
me.
better for
Hold on.
Mezia, it gets worse for me. That's all I can tell you. So,
But actually, speaking of that, Man of the Arena, this week's episode, I haven't seen
I
it,
didn't see it.
but no, I haven't seen it either. All I see is the trailer, and the trailer is about the perfect season that got ruined by the Giants.
Yeah, because
So that seems
because
interesting.
Remember, there's only 10 episodes, one for every season who went to the Super Bowl. So they already
Yes.
showed the first 3 wins. This was his first loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'd be like that, bro.
So
Yeah. And speaking of that, Michael Strahan seems like he's going to outer space and on the Jeff Bezos. So that sounds interesting.
Jeff Bezos.
He was supposed to happen before that, but I guess the weather didn't permit or something was. They didn't want to say what it was. Now he's going Saturday and he'll be back on Sunday, just in time on Sunday, so he could talk about it.
So here's the thing: do you think he paid for it, or do you think like one of the
I
networks?
think I don't think he even paid for it. I think they invited him
Oh, because I know
because they
he's
asked
like,
him. Terry Bradshaw asked him, "Why did you pick Michael Strahan?" And Jeff Bezos was like, "Because he's the most handsome one in the show." So obviously that's started laughing.
well, I don't.
That's not
Well,
allowed.
I didn't know if it had to do with his morning show too. Like if they had him do it, just like they paid
Could
for
be
it,
too.
so that way they can have the conversation about it and what it's like to do it and all that.
But I don't think the network is paying for it. I think Jeff Bezos is actually endorsing it himself.
Oh,
Because it is
Bro,
like
he's gonna afford it.
he does
Yeah,
all those
I'm gonna
things,
say
right?
he
He
got
does
the
the
money.
morning show, he
Yeah.
does the football, so
Yep.
he talks about it the whole time.
gotcha. So that makes sense then. But
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, that's probably like $2 to him.
But no, but the thing is, but he has to be a Giants fan then. Like, right? Like, there's no way he's not.
He could be a Giants fan.
Because here's the
I
thing.
mean, he would go with a better team by being a Patriots fan, but it's all right.
I'm just saying,
Oh,
listen, if you want to be successful and you don't want to cheat your way to the top, you're a Giants fan.
Oh my
Okay.
No,
god.
that's not cheating. What do you
Okay.
think? He's a billionaire,
Yo, my
so he
God,
had to
follow
cheat
me.
somewhere,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
$1 billion.
But my thing is this, is like,
Dirty money
because
there.
here's my thing. If you're not a Giants fan, then why Michael Strahan? There's so many personalities out there and so many people. Like, for instance, why not Kim Kardashian?
Why not Ryan Seacrest?
Who?
Ryan
That's
Seacrest.
why. Exactly. Who? He's
Well,
not relevant.
If you watch American Idol, he's on that. He's on every morning show on the radio. He's a big radio host. He's
I'm just-
one of the
yeah.
hardest workers out there.
Michael
He's
Strahan,
why
Ryan
not?
Seacrest.
Why not? Yeah, but why not? This guy, Dwayne Johnson.
I agree with that. That's another good one.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
busy with movies, bro.
But yeah,
wouldn't have time.
but you got to get somebody who's like famous now. Like Ryan Seacrest was famous. I don't like he's not it. Michael Strahan's still it. He just got his jersey retired. That was a big
Yep.
thing, in the Hall.
Oh, he's gonna take a football with him, and then that football's gonna go to the Hall of Fame, the museum.
See,
That's
such
cool.
a he's a Giants fan for sure. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
He's just smart. That's why he's worth billions of dollars.
I'm hungry.
His company's worth billions.
I want a snack, so it's time to get into NFTs. So let's do it.
Damn, why you gotta say it like
Okay.
that?
No. No, I'm
No,
extremely
I know.
interested in this episode for the fact that I have no idea. I'll admit, I tried doing homework, tried doing research, and I came out feeling stupider than when I went in. I thought I had an idea of what it was, and I got no fucking clue. So I will sit back, relax, wait to hear something that makes me understand it. I will wait for I can already predict what the show's going to be. For everybody watching, this is the show tonight.
I
Okay.
already know what you're gonna say.
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead. I wanna
Tasha
get-
isn't going to say a fucking word the whole time. Okay.
Nope.
Mezia is going to go on some long-winded, off-the-wall
Not really.
shit that is
not
not
really.
directly
Want me to finish it
related
first?
or
Want me to
gets to
finish
the
it?
fucking point about what it is. Hold on. And then Phoenix is going to try to explain something, but leave out the most important part.
And
Sounds
what is
about
SheckMonster
right.
gonna do?
Oh, he's gonna.
He's eating his
eat
snacks.
He's gonna be
lightly
eating
salted
nuts. His mouth is gonna be full of nuts. Okay,
Lightly
we get it.
salted.
He's gonna be fact checking us. He's gonna be like, "Yo, is this legit?
Oh
It sounds
my
legit."
God.
All right,
Well,
let's
he
go.
can't fact check us on NFT because he doesn't understand them.
Do we want to do
And
our
I'm not
highs of
saying
the
that,
day
but listen,
or highs of the
I
week?
know as much as you know about NFTs.
Before we jump in, though, do we want to do our highs of the week?
Mine is just Sonic the Hedgehog. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Mine?
Oh, I gotta say it again.
Oh no, he said it. Here's mine. Funny enough. So I'm in a fantasy football group chat. And I had a buddy who came to visit me. from Jersey. So I spent a little bit more money than I wanted to the last couple days. So like I'm hungry and I don't have anything thought out to cook and I'm not really in the mood and I want to eat something. So I just randomly put in my fantasy football group chat to fuck around. Hey, does anybody want to order me a pizza? And somebody actually hit me up, was like, hey, cause they're like, why? And so I put in the group chat, because it is true, I don't get paid till tomorrow. So I was like, oh, I don't get paid till tomorrow, I have no money. And he fucking private chatted me and offered to buy me a pizza. Like he's
That's
like,
cool.
yeah, he's like,
cool.
what's your info? Like, and tell me what you want, I'll send it to you. I'm like, dude, I was just messing, I have money, I'm just being cheap. And I don't want to order it. Like, I don't want to pay for it.
Well, at least
Delivery's expensive.
that's a good friend, right?
Well, that's
That's
what I'm saying, though.
real.
But I'm like, delivery is expensive, so I don't want to eat. I don't want to order it. He's like, dude, if anything ever happens where it has to do with food specifically, because now there's Uber and all that shit, Uber Eats and all that. He's like,
Yeah.
never hesitate, hit me up. I will order you food and I will send it over. So I thought that was kind of cool. That's my high.
That's cool.
Anything, Tasha?
Not much. I was able to clean the whole apartment. Yay!
Hey.
Yeah, working
sweet.
like a dog, man. So I finally got to clean my home.
Now, as far as I go, my high would be I got a new coffee maker.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my high of the week.
I
New
want
coffee
everybody to hear me
maker.
opening up a brand new pack of peanuts for this show. Let's go.
That's it.
Hey. That's it.
All
And
right.
there's a story behind the coffee maker, but I'll share it some other time because otherwise SheckMonster will be like long-winded.
Yep.
But
Let's get to the show.
I got a
Let's
new
go.
coffee maker. That's the high of the week.
NFTs.
Nah, I'm dead.
Nate,
NFTs, and what the fuck are they?
Phoenix, what is an NFT in peanut terms so I can
In
understand it?
peanut terms, it's a way to do illegal stuff.
Oh God.
End the show, bro. That's it.
All right, guys, we're out. Great night.
Deuces.
Eat some more peanuts.
No.
We're good.
No. So basically, I'm gonna be going back and forth on my computer screen because I couldn't memorize all of it. But basically, NFT per Ethereum.org is where do you go? Oh, NFT stands for non-fungible token. So basically, it's a way where you can authenticate something with code, whether it's a piece of art, video, music, some form of digital media, to say, hey, I own this. So what I do, like a very quick history because it's important but not too important.
Real quick,
So yeah, what's up?
is there a fundable token?
That would be considered
The Bitcoin.
cryptocurrency.
Yeah, cryptocurrency,
Yeah,
trading
that would be
cards,
considered.
anything.
Okay, that's like I said, I'm stupid. So you say non-fundable, so that's why I'm like, okay, so what is fundable?
Fungible.
Funge.
Funge?
Fungible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fungible.
fungible.
Not fundable. Like
No.
oh,
Fungible.
see, I'm thinking fundable because it's like money, right? You fund
Funded?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, well, that's non-fundable. What's fundable? But that's not even the fucking word. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so
But hey,
So,
I'm telling you, we all
yeah.
have questions.
Yeah, nice straight. So Bitcoin started in 2010. We all know what happened to Bitcoin, blew up to this crazy asset into current time. But we actually had to backtrack to 2017, which is where the NFT. Oh, my laptop! Oh snap! Oh, it's all right. It's a work one. So in 2017, NFTs were starting their rise and starting their way into the world, and they had a crash. So basically, everything went to zero, and subsequently, cryptocurrency was in their crash as well. So from 2017 to 2020, like midway of 2020, you have the crypto crash, basically the dead winter, where it was just brutal. So like if you spent millions, it was basically zero. You might as well just call it the
1920s of
the 1929 of the Black Friday crash
Yep.
and all that.
Yep.
That's basically what it was. So whatever, you fast forward to now, and people are starting to come up with NFTs in terms of digital assets, media, stuff like that. So what NFT originally was, what people think is arts, which, yes, as I've been learning more about it, because I love the crypto world of everything you can do, I've realized that it's a way where you can authenticate some form of media. So there's rappers and artists who are using their music as an NFT where people buy the album and then you own that album. They're trying to avoid like record labels and all that. There's some communities in the NFT world where their project is being done for local charities. They're trying to do stuff in the world, things like that. Video games are getting big into it, where you can buy assets in the game through NFTs, and your characters or your avatars own something.
Yeah, and
So
unique.
it's starting to grow bigger. But when you try to read it and understand it, all you're gonna see is art, token, and scam. And you have to dig deeper through all the noise and the distraction and realize it's how you can communicate stuff through technology.
Yeah, through codes and all that shit. So it's all gonna bleed into this metaverse that there's a lot of companies out there that are leading, and they're predicting that the metaverse is this $8 trillion industry that's gonna happen. So because they're predicting this, there's things they're gonna be part of that world, right? Part of that verse. It's basically NFTs, cryptocurrencies, and a lot of shit that's happening. Everything's gonna be digital.
Mhm.
So the whole thing behind it right now, what they're trying to figure out is if we're sticking to the roots of it, is this virtual world that you're gonna be inviting people over and you're gonna be showing them your art piece, or if you want to collect it. It's like what Monet, Picasso's art to the real world, but to the virtual world you have NFTs.
So,
But it's
question.
Go ahead.
How is this secured? Like,
So yeah,
like for instance, like even with Bitcoin, it's a financial thing. So I guess I felt like a little bit more safer, but you're telling me I'm owning something, right?
Mhm.
So what stops somebody from hacking in and taking ownership?
To hack in, you have to hack into the blockchain.
The
So
blockchain,
that becomes the token's project security. A token project is Ethereum, Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, stuff like that. So the only way you can get into it is if you can somehow crack their firmware, their infrastructure, and all that. From there, let's say you don't own the physical piece, because there's this thing's called wallets, and then the exchanges, which I'll get to in a second, where you leave basically the code or the NFT determines whether it's secure or not.
yeah.
But you have to be able to crack 128-bit code to get to it.
Which,
so how you
sorry, which also correct me if I'm wrong. The blockchain is also an AI, right? It is an actual thing that is learning as it creates the codes, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, so to speak. So basically, the codes are mathematical equations done through computers, and you're trying to solve the equation. And when you solve the equation, that's when it gets added to the network, to the blockchain.
And it becomes certified, right?
Exactly. So the way you could tell if it's
go ahead. No, finish.
And I think your next question is how you can tell the difference between a JPEG and an NFT.
No.
And
what I was trying to think of. So, in its very simple terms, I know, so maybe I'm wrong, but so in a way, is it like owning a piece of stock, except you have 100% ownership?
So I actually explained this to Mezia a few days back or a week back. Okay, so you have exchanges or marketplaces. You'll have marketplace. So crypto.com has a marketplace, OpenSea is a marketplace, Rarity is a marketplace where you can buy NFTs. Whatever token or the currency you use that to pay. From there, you can buy it on the marketplace, obviously. You buy it, it has to be minted, so it has to be created and connected in the network. Once it's minted, you can actually track the code or the transaction. There's a whole bunch of websites where you can do it, and then it'll say, hey, it came from a wallet or an address, and it went to here, went to here, went to here, and it landed to you. From there, certain wallets allow you to take it from the marketplace to the little thing. So where is my box? So there's different types of wallets. So I have see if you can see real quick. I have the Ledger Nano S. This was my first cryptocurrency purchase with Bitcoin. I was testing out at 1 a.m. Long story. But anyways, so this would be considered a physical wallet. where you connect this to the computer. It has an address. You got to put in your code, and you can move stuff. But now, not all wallets can handle NFTs because it's a different type of code. So you have to find the wallet that says, "Hey, I can hold an NFT. I can hold this code for you." And that's how you can move it in between the network and the ecosystem.
Well, I get that about moving it, but I don't know if you really answered his question. Is
Thank
it
you.
like a stock,
Thank you.
or is
Thank
it
you.
not a stock? Like you
Me-
get
Oh,
me?
my
Like
fault, yeah, that's what I was getting at, and
Thank
I got
you.
sidetracked. I apologize.
See, hold on. First thing has happened. Didn't give me the answer I wanted.
My fault. It's just a very complex world. But okay, let me backtrack. How I was explaining to Mezia, now I remember where I was going with it. When you buy a stock, if you're on like Robinhood or whatever, you buy the stock, whatever, you buy it at the price, you own it because it's connected to your portfolio.
okay,
The only way you can get the cash value is if you can move the funds from your portfolio to you, correct? To your bank account and all that.
okay,
You with me, SheckMonster?
Yeah.
Okay. NFT is the same style. It's on the marketplace. It's in the stock market, wherever it's at in the exchange. You buy it, you own it on your portfolio. And if you want to truly own it from your main wallet to a different wallet, then you have to tell the marketplace in your account, "Hey, I want to take it from the marketplace to my wallet." And you can effectively take it out of the chain.
But you're also,
Which-
the difference is that it's not we're not like everything we talk about for the most part. Everybody, like everything with the cryptocurrency and all this other stuff, everybody's only owning a piece of it, right? And that's what I'm trying to understand the difference. So
No,
if
an
I
NFT
get into
my fault,
Bitcoin and
sorry.
I buy a Bitcoin, right? I only own a piece of however many Bitcoins are out there. You know what I mean? Like when I buy into the Apple stock, if I could buy every single one of Apple, which obviously nobody, I mean, theoretically that's pretty damn hard, but people
You need $2 trillion.
that's what I'm saying. But if I could buy every piece of Apple stock at that point, I own Apple, right? I'm 100%
Yes.
Apple. The NFTs, when you're buying these things, you're buying
You
100%
own one.
ownership. That's what I was
Yes.
trying to
So-
say.
Yes.
It's not a
So
piece
those are
of
called
it like
additions.
stock. It's your 100%. So it's like buying a whole, so you own the entire thing. Now, could I
Yeah.
sell,
Yeah.
but could I sell a piece of it? Like, could
The
I
only
break it
way
down?
you can
No.
they're trying, Mezia, they're actually trying to figure it out.
Okay.
They're trying to do it with the Bored Apes Yacht Club NFTs, the crazy one that blew up.
The real ones,
And-
not the knockoff
Yeah.
I bought.
Yeah, because those are going for millions of dollars.
Yeah, they
and
are.
they're selling it as portions, like shares of stock, so to speak. So yes, you can. It's not fully done yet. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm not even trying to get involved. But how you own the NFT is through additions. So perfect example, I was on crypto.com and Mezia showed me this Pokemon artist who created it, and there was a Mew holding a Pokeball, and there was only 10 of them. And I wanted one. And I said, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna get it. So I had to pay, I think I paid like 30, 50 bucks or whatever. I paid some amount. And the crypto.com said, okay, make sure you have the funds, make sure you have this. It went from the creator to my account. So it's in my portfolio, my profile. And then from there, I can move it to me if I want.
okay.
Yeah. So it works pretty much as, for example, once you buy it, it's yours. So for example, this was in the market at a store. Niantic made it. And then I went to the store, bought it, and took it home. Now this belongs to me. So NFT works the same way, but digital. You get the
I was just gonna
code
say
that's,
it's just shopping digitally, basically.
Exactly. It's a code
Yeah.
with your name on it, and that's how we know who does it belong to.
Okay.
So it has your name on it. It has your numbers. That's how they authentic. It's like a receipt. They say, okay, this belongs to Mezia.
So
You can't sell this shit.
what's the attraction to it then? Like when you showed me that little Pikachu thing, is because you have a physical item you put on display. You have, what is the attraction to owning something
Digital?
like that? Like a digital
Well,
picture. Like, what's the point
it goes,
of a
it goes,
digital
it goes,
picture?
it dives. I believe it dives into the gaming world, and then this metaverse that people they're trying to create, or where the companies are predicting it's gonna go. You're gonna be able to have, for example, have you ever played The Sims?
Yeah.
Well, think about that life that you create, the alternative life, and the things you buy for that little house that you build, and then you make the house bigger and that. Those little art people. Now imagine that with online, and you invite us to go to your house. Yo, check out my virtual house. Check out this house. Oh, check out this art. And then I'm gonna be like, holy shit, you own the Bored Apes? You actually own that, and then we having a conversation. We live in this world, and you're showing off like you would do in your house when people come over. You walk them through the layout of the house. Oh, this is my room, this is my bathroom, this and that, this is my yard. Well, same thing you would do in a digital world, but you show off what you have, where people that are into that world will see it and be like, holy shit, that's this, that's that, that's that. So it's kind of the same thing. I think where I believe it's gonna go to. And right now, the NFT, because it's new, it's creating this market, and it's right now is inflated. I think it's very inflated, where things are being exploded as far as what the price is. But the price is whatever you're willing to pay, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what gives it the price. Because I bought, for example, Charizard limited edition, 10 minted limited edition. I know. NFT that it's only 10 of them. Those they got minted. By the way, it's this one here. By the way, 10 of these got minted. So I bought one of those. I bought it on a bid for $52. Somebody's selling it again. What somebody sells it, what they want versus selling, what they actually sell it. That's a different story. Somebody's asking for the first edition of that for $1 million. Before when I won the again. You see it as a joke.
Card? No, is that a real card or is that just a digital
that's the
one?
NFT. It's an NFT.
It's
10 of them got minted.
The artwork, but it's not like an original Pokemon trading card, Charizard, or whatever.
Yeah.
So to branch off of Mezia, you can use it in the gaming world. What some companies are doing is, like, I know UFC, if you hold specific NFTs, you get access to events, sweepstakes, things like that. I know certain video game companies are there saying, hey, if you're in this world and you have this avatar, your avatar, which is considered an NFT, depending how you use it, how you upgrade it, you can sell it to other players. There's also something called utility, which I mentioned earlier. So it's the purpose of the NFT. What are you trying to do? If you're just trying to make money, then you're just making art, which you're just creating, which is, it's fine, but you and 50 million other people are doing the same thing. Now there's specific communities where they say, hey, we're creating art, but then we're burning the token at the same time. Or every NFT you buy, we're donating to charities across the world. Or you're playing a game, or you have access to exclusive events or parties. Or in this case, Hot Wheels, as everybody knows, I collect Hot Wheels. In order for me to collect 2022 treasure hunts, like the rare ones, some of them, I have to buy a pack of 10 NFTs at $35 for a less than 1% chance of getting that, where I can claim for the physical item.
So people are literally just selling a digital version of a real thing. It sounds like I don't get it. Like, why would I want the digital version?
Because it goes.
How unique is it really though? Like, how can you? I guess how can I validate?
Okay, I'll give you an example. You know Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Fortnite a couple of years ago, or even a couple of months ago, they have limited edition skins that you can buy, which doesn't exist anymore. Now you see somebody with that skin, like the Marvel skin. Oh shit, you have the Black Panther skin, or you have this. A lot of people, these kids now can't get that.
Okay,
and they probably want it.
I get it, but that's the difference is their limited edition just means a time frame. They didn't limit the amount that somebody could purchase, like the amount that people purchased. There could be 3 million of those skins out there.
So, you're right.
So who the fuck cares? Like, why would I care?
You'd be surprised. Well, it's like baseball cards.
It's like baseball cards are rare. See, that's the difference. There's a printed amount that you can validate have been printed because it's a physical item. How do you validate that Charizard is only 1 in 10? How can you truly validate?
Because
that
it goes
there's
back to the
not
guy who
a
minted them.
Huh?
It's the guy who
Yeah.
minted them did 10 copies of that.
But how can you
Yeah,
prove
so
that?
so when it comes to minting,
Okay, go
which is trying to make it into the network to show, hey, this is proof that I'm gonna sell this as a token, you can either do it yourself or you could pay a marketplace to do it. And there's gonna be 10, let's say in this case the 10 Charizards. There's gonna be 10 different codes or transaction IDs that verify, okay, the creator of this Charizard did everything and he's only allowing 10. And you can track that code back to his wallet. You can look it on the blockchain, you can look it on everything. Whether Mezia sells it and then it goes to somebody else, and then it goes to me, and then Tasha, and then SheckMonster, and then his mom,
So is
and
there
then
only
my mom, and then
only
grandma.
one blockchain for everything?
No, it depends on the token that you use and the marketplace.
So
if you buy
couldn't I, if I was that guy, then just go on to every single platform of every single blockchain of every single thing and just keep on selling this shit?
it's still tied to the original code. So let's say, for example, if you want to sell the one Mezia's Charizard, and let's say he says, okay, I'll sell it in either Ethereum, Polygon, or the Creo coin, the Crypto.com coin. You can still sell it in the 3 networks, but there's still one edition of the Charizard that he has from his wallet to the next wallet. You can still bounce around. It depends on how you're going to purchase with the token.
I get it. So what if I have multiple servers? Like, can I have multiple identities?
There's still 10 Charizards that were created.
That's my point, is why can't I? You're saying that, but if I have one computer and I create 10, and then I get another computer and I create 10, and then I get another computer and create 10, and another computer and create 10, but I know I'm creating one thing, I'm just multiplying it 40 times by 4 different computers and going out to 4 different platforms and selling it as if it's one of 10, but it's actually a one of 40 or a one of 400.
So you trace it back to the wallet. The wallet is what determines how many editions there are. So
as long as I get 4 people, I'm good, because then I have 4 different wallets.
It's still going to be tracked by its original code. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, earlier, what do you mean by original? Because that's what I can't comprehend. Because my thing is,
I'm going to explain it.
It falls back to a computer and all this shit. Like, how do you know if I'm using different devices and have it under different people's names? Like, what
how do you know
it's
the same 10? Is what you're saying?
Well, how do you know?
How do you know where
it's not just remade? Like, that's the thing, is like, you know what's printed because this company only, like, you know what I'm saying? There's more validation on a physical product because you know what I mean than it is digitally. Like, how do we really know that people aren't pulling scams out? And I'm not saying they are, but being able to have multiple servers with multiple people involved, and they're creating one item and they're just multiplying it over different platforms by different people, and they're all going out and selling it. There's no way you can really go back to one person. I don't understand how that's possible.
So, perfect example, Apple iPhone. Apple creates, I think they're on 13 right now. I lost track. They created the iPhone 13.
Yeah.
We're not doing all the other models. We're just doing 13. They created the iPhone 13. You can buy it at the Apple Store. You can buy it through other retailers like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, AT&T, Sprint.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, whether you bought it from the source or from a third-party seller, it's still an iPhone 13 through its serial number, its IMEI, all of that. The NFT is the same style. It has to go through the original creator's wallet. So if, let's say, we're going to say I created the 10 Charizards. If I created the 10 Charizards, I have to tell the marketplace, hello, OpenSea, I want to create 10 editions of this art or whatever it is. So I need to pay you the cost for me to make it. This is my wallet, my source code. Regardless of whether it goes to crypto.com, I send it directly to Mezia.
That's what I'm
to
saying,
other
though.
places.
So what stops you, right, from you're doing that, okay, and you're telling that marketplace, but then you have Mezia sitting next to you using the same code you just used and going to a different marketplace and saying it's his.
You can't use the same code.
How do you not?
You can't use the same code.
How do you not?
Because the blockchain creates different codes.
What?
The blockchain creates different codes.
Not
That's
the
how it
but
gets
you're not. But
identified.
the blockchain's not creating the product.
So when you mint the edition, it's gonna be tied. Once it's on the blockchain, it's tied. Yeah, it's a different code every single time.
But you have to create you have to create the information on your computer. Yes or no?
Yes, you create yes, you do create the information. But the minute you put it to be minted in the blockchain gives it a unique code for each and one of them.
So once again, you're just proving what I'm saying. If it's one code, you create the item, and I give you one, I give her one, and I give him one.
No.
Stop. Listen. So yes, when you go to to those different platforms, they put a unique ID on it, but it's still the same creation being made. Don't you get, like, can't you comprehend that? I'm creating a painting and I'm multiplying, like, I'm creating the code because they don't have the resources on these things for me to create the art. I have to have a platform to create art. Yes or no?
You can do paint, or you can do other codes or something like that.
Can I copy that creation and I give it to each one of us? Okay? The creation was only made once. And I gave it, but now I'm giving it to 3 people besides myself.
Yeah, but you're the original person. You created it.
How do you know that?
Because it has your computer information, your coding, your metadata. It has your metadata.
But I show you how to do it on your own computer.
It does,
so now your computer created it.
You cannot create that code.
We can all create the same shit on our computer.
You can create the same art.
Give me one second.
You can create the same art through the coding.
That's my point.
Okay.
So you're creating the same. Your art's identical to my art, but because only one person had to create it, we all 4 have the same identical art. Or shit, I go to all 4 of your houses and I create it myself. I'll create it myself because I don't have to worry about how to do it once.
Yeah, let him speak.
But once I'm done,
all right,
it sells out to 4 different places.
Oh my gosh! If he can
okay, I think he's gonna answer it. Go ahead.
Okay, this is the baby Mew with the Pokeball.
Mm-hmm. He's adorable.
He is. It doesn't show the whole code. Phoenix Born is my thing, and that's me. That's my wallet on Crypto.com that says I own this baby Mew.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. You see right here where it says where it went 10 editions, 10 minted or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to editions. Hey, my name's still up there. Okay. So there's 10 people that own each individual one.
Okay.
So I own number 1. Sucks to be everybody else. Then there's number 2, number 3, number 4, so on and so forth. If I go to mine, view crypto.com chain details. This will show who owns it, the name, who created it, all the details of the code.
Okay.
What stops me from creating the same thing? It's going to have a different code because once I put it in to the different NFT, it has a different code. But how can you stop me from creating that art?
Edition 2 has a different code with the exception of the creator. So the creator started with 10. There's 3 different IDs from the denomination name and ID. You can, if you want to create another Mew, that's fine. But the way they're going to tell whose is by the address. Oh, what in the world? Oh, give me 1 second.
Okay, but so once again, though, if I know something's going to be a banger, right? I know I'm going to be able to sell it. And I have you guys also put it up at the same time as I do. And we're all putting up a 1 of 10. There's still only one true creator behind it. We're just using multiple people to sell it. So that way they're all limited.
Because you created different editions.
No, but how would it be a different edition? Because for you, it's your first edition. For me, it's my first edition. Right?
No, it's not.
How's it not?
I own edition 1 of Mew. The second person who has edition 2 has a different code. So there's
You're not understanding. That's fine. What I'm saying though is
because
we would have 4 edition ones.
The reason why you keep thinking 4 to 1, 4 for 4 Wendy's is because you're thinking there's one Mew 10 times. Yes, there's one Mew. There's 10 different ways it got made. So there's one wallet where it started. You can't give a one piece of token the same code. You can't give one thing to 2 codes. It doesn't work because the blockchain doesn't work.
This is where you guys are losing reality. The code is given by the person who's publishing it. Yes or no?
Mhm.
The code's not given by the person who creates it, right?
The code is given at the moment it gets minted into the network.
Okay, that's my point. So what I'm trying,
You can't generate it.
So what I'm trying to say though is if we all decide to take the one creation and we all bring it to them to be minted, there's still one person who created it and we're all minting it and profiting from it. Don't you get that? Like it's not, I mean, it's pretty.
But your argument is saying it's 1 for 4, and I'm trying to tell you, yes, but the only way you can tell it's each one is different is by its source.
I get that, but we all have,
I know,
but we're all different sources, and I get what you're saying. Like that's what there's still value, but what I'm saying, it's not like when there's a physical item and it's a 1 for 10. That's a true physical.
That's a
1 for
fungible.
10.
What you're talking about. The thing is, what you're confusing it is you're confusing fungible items versus fungible tokens versus non-fungible tokens. What makes it a non-fungible token, it's a unique. So for example, if I give you this and I trade you for this, it's 2 different items.
Okay.
It's very different.
So what if I
Yo,
trade me the same one for the same one?
NFT.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is this: each individual Pokemon or Pikachu that you have there is individually different. Yes or no?
No, this Pikachu's the same.
No,
and it stays
not.
the same.
That's what you're not understanding. But the person who also owns one technically owns a different one. I get that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that company printed how many of those?
400.
We're talking about the serial
on one die, right? They created it and they printed multiple of them and they sold them through multiple different people. What I'm saying is there's no way for them to track back. If I create something on my computer right now, okay, and I send it to you guys and you guys decide you're going to mint that, okay, there's still one creator behind the mint. It's just multiple people are minting it. And that creates unique IDs. I get it. But there's still only one brain behind the creation of it on the computer. You guys are just saying, okay, because it was minted only 10 of them from this one person, but there could be the same exact item minted by somebody else.
Right. You know what? Where you're confusing it. Where you're confusing.
No, you're confusing. I think we finally understood why he's confusing it. We're not minting it again. It's already been minted.
Somebody else is minting it. It's not, you guys are confusing. I'm not talking about one person. You're saying I can't mint that? I can't create that and mint that?
You can. It's just going to be by you and not by this guy.
Not by him.
Fucking point.
Yeah,
so
okay.
That guy
so the
sends
artist
that to me, what you guys value. Hold on. So if he sends me what he created, what you guys all value right now, I can go mint that and sell it.
Of course you could. Of course you could. But you're Brian, and he's an artist.
Somebody else. So he's the artist.
He's the artist.
So what I'm saying though is that person could still get other people to sell it to. So all of a sudden, all these people become famous artists, but there's really one artist behind it. There's one person.
So listen,
creating everything.
The difference between
a
real Pablo
and making it. They're making it seem scarce because they're all selling it, but there's really one person doing it. He's just
let me ask you this.
People.
Let me ask you this: what's the difference between a real Rolex and a knockoff?
The company that makes it. That's different.
That's the difference.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
So
there's only one. There's one artist.
So if Rolex gave the item and the same exact material, everything that makes up a Rolex, to another company,
which they won't,
wouldn't it be Rolex?
They wouldn't do that. But if they did, if they gave the rights to it,
they wouldn't do it because they don't need to make it scarce. The people creating shit online do need to, because that's how they make their money. By saying there's only one of 10, and then the next guy says there's only one of 10, and then the next guy says there's only one of 10.
I get what you're saying.
The scarcity.
I know what you're saying, because it could be pulled off as a scam, and that's why Nate mentioned earlier. It could be, we could talk about winning, losing, and also scamming when you check out NFT.
So this whole thing is you don't have a way to know. You guys think you do, but there's no way to validate that shit's not going on. There's not.
There's no way of validating it.
We don't know its true intentions, but we can tell where it's been moving.
Correct.
But you can also say
that person. All you
know I'll give you a perfect example.
From the network
a perfect
itself.
example is what I'm going through. I bought a Bored Ape. right? A Bored Ape, it's gonna sound weird to you. So okay, so it's a specific NFT. I bought a Bored Ape. I'm like, yo, Nate, I got my hands on a Bored Ape. Nate's first reaction was like, yeah, that's a knockoff. I'm like, I know, but it has value to it. How did he know he was a knockoff? By looking at it.
Because it wasn't the original creator.
It wasn't. There wasn't a developer.
This argument is
but that's what I'm saying.
Because you guys aren't listening to what I'm saying. That's the problem. You don't listen to what I'm saying.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
You guys are just trying.
You're telling me.
No,
you're telling me
what you're seeing. This is the problem. You guys are so into it. You don't hear what I'm saying. The person who created the item is the one behind the scam, not the other people involved, not some random guy who tries to recreate what that guy created. No, because that's the difference.
I get that.
Those items that you're talking about are people trying to recreate the original. What I'm saying is the guy who created the original is giving it away in order to create more originals, in order to get more people to find the scarcity, because he's involved with the other 5 people.
But hold on, question. Why do you think the original creator is giving it away?
Because Brian has a conspiracy mindset.
This is why. Because
no. There's a real question. I want to see if I can fully understand
I look at it
everything.
like this. If I can sell this and make money because it's only 1 of 10, right? Mm-hmm. And now if I can get my best friend to become a famous artist, and all I have to do is give him something I've already created, and I'm gonna make money off of that now, and I don't have to recreate
anything. That's considered a royalty.
Huh?
Okay.
So now
that's considered a royalty.
Yeah, because he's now going to use.
Okay,
him
so
as the
stop.
But
okay, are you saying
nobody's going to know I created it?
Hold on. Okay, you created your 10 of the collection, and you give it to. It's already minted, correct? Just like you said.
Mm-hmm.
You give it to your boy.
Yep.
He's talking about the original source, not before. I don't think he's talking about the minted.
And then he mints the next 10 because
I don't think he's talking about minting it. He's talking about the actual code, code before your base minted.
That's my point.
That's what he's talking about.
Then it becomes a 1 of 20.
How?
That's what he's saying.
How do you know what I have on my that if I go and I take that and I put it on if I create the same exact thing on a different computer, it's not the same code.
If you really want to verify it, you have to read into the code where it went through the blockchain. You have to read in between the lines.
Through a different computer as a different person.
It's still the code. I know, but it's the original. It's the code. The way you could tell is by the 128-bit character code.
What code? So when I create something on my computer, what code am I creating?
You're creating the file, the thing behind it. Okay, so when you create a Word document in Excel.
So if I take that file and I give it to somebody else to send to the marketplace, do they get credit for it still? Or do I? And I haven't minted it yet. So now it's their creation, even though I did
If you create something and it's not minted and you give it to somebody else, they have the rights.
And they mint it, right? So
they can mint it because you haven't done it.
Correct. So what's to say that I give that thing that was minted to somebody else on a different computer, and now they submit it? So
since you already minted it, you can't re-mint it. Yeah, you can't make another code on top of it. That's why when you saw the 10 here.
But what I'm trying to say is, so you're saying that the individual file before it's minted has a code.
So you create the thing, whatever it is.
So what happens when? That's what I'm saying. Stop after that. I created it. You're saying that creation has a code already. Yeah,
because everything in the computer world, everything on a computer has some type of code. For it to be considered an NFT, when it goes into the marketplace.
Okay, so what stops me from creating the same thing on another computer?
All you're doing is just creating. If you're creating the same thing on another computer, you're gonna do it, but with its own footprint on that computer.
It gives it, Brian. What you?
So I can sell each one. Hold on. Hold on. So I can sell each one from each computer because they have their own footprint.
They have their own local footprint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because you have 2 computers.
Yeah.
Once it hits the blockchain, it's gonna have the 128 character, which is the transaction ID, whether it goes from here to California to Texas. I get that, but Japan.
Before that, so what I'm saying is, so you're saying no other person in the history of this will ever be allowed to sell another Charizard like Lewis bought?
No, that's not what I said. You can create another Charizard.
So that I don't get what you guys are. I'm so lost because that's what my point is. I can.
That's why it's called NFTs. Nobody understands it.
100%. I'm one person creating the same thing on 4 computers using 4 different names.
Brian, let me ask you this.
I can mint all 4 at the same time.
Oh, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let's just throw a hypothetical scenario. So like that, they can continue with NFTs. How does the FBI know that it came from you, from your computer, versus somebody else's computer? Because you have a unique. Whenever you do, each computer has its own serial number, its own
what happens
uniqueness
if I have 4
codes.
computers? How do you know
if it's coming from your IP
person?
address? If it's coming from your IP address, all 4 computers are from your location.
Okay,
it doesn't
so
matter
what
if you
you're
have
saying is they invade your privacy and look at your IP address.
No. Before when you mint it, only gives you wait. When you mint it, it gives you the 128 characters that doesn't give that information. Doesn't give your IP address unless they.
So the only way you can do it is if they have your IP. That's what I'm asking. So that's what I'm trying to get to. That's what I need to understand. Yeah. So as long as I do it at somebody else's house, I'm good.
Yeah. But it's still, remember, now you got to go over there and start the whole new code from the beginning.
No, I don't, because it's a file. I can take my file.
Once you send that file, it's still yours.
Question.
All I'm doing is putting on a flash drive.
SheckMonster.
It still comes from you.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Bro.
Go ahead.
10 more minutes. Okay. Where's your wallet? If you're going to mint it at another computer, are you going to use your profile or his profile?
His profile.
Cool. Now, that's his own mintation. You have no rights to it.
My point is I'm the one creating it. He'll give me the money. I'm fine with that.
He's talking about scamming. He's thinking about scamming.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's what he's thinking.
That's my point.
When it comes to the code is the rights. If you do it on your profile with your minting process on the marketplace, you have all the right because you own that piece of information. If you go to your boy's house and you say, you know what, I'm going to help us make money, we're going to have you create it under your profile, your name, you have effectively lost all rights to it because it is now under his wallet, his transaction.
But you guys don't care because you guys are sharing the revenue.
He's giving me the money.
Yeah, you're sharing the revenue.
You don't care about the rights.
Yeah,
it's all about the money.
But
guess what?
That's how you can tell the difference. He's not keeping it
because I'm the one who created it, and he knows if he wants to keep on making money, I'm going to keep on creating everything.
Of course.
So then that becomes a conversation of trust, and then that is between you two.
But my point is, it's very viable. So people can be scammed. So it's very possible that one person is creating not hundreds, but however many of these things, because they can hide IP addresses, they can fake who they are, like that. That shit. That's my.
Of course, that is a doable thing. Yeah,
it took us 30 minutes to get through this.
Because that's all I was trying to hear was like, I'm not saying this is the case.
I know.
But what I'm saying is that's the difference between physical and non-physical items, right?
And this is why, like, I can't explain it over a text message.
Yeah.
You want me to explain this over a text message? There's no way. Look what just happened in 30 minutes.
I know, we already ran out of time.
So we
have to have a continuation. This has to go into next week.
Oh, of course.
So, and this is part of the world. And you guys want me to explain cryptocurrency, wallets, and all that stuff. Look what just happened.
Yeah.
We couldn't get past the origin.
Yeah.
And that's how complex it is.
But I'm pretty sure that what we just went through is going to answer some other people's question that they probably have if they see this.
I would think
they're going to be like, yo, SheckMonster's right. How does that work?
I'm just saying.
And they're going to hear us go for 20 minutes trying to figure out how we can explain this.
This is what this show is.
Meanwhile, I'm reading all the comments over here and like...
Oh, there's comments?
There's hella comments.
I got off for a minute.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, these two guys have been going in on it. I've been reading them and I was like, let's keep on going in.
It's crazy. Like this world is even I'm having issues trying to understand it, and my background is IT and computers and information, so it's something where you just won't learn it in 10 minutes.
So I think this is what we need to do. I think we need to pause the conversation for tonight.
Yeah.
We're at that time.
Yeah.
And I think we have to pick back up next week because I was a little bit more interested than I thought. You guys couldn't just complain. If you guys would have just admitted from the start, we could have got right past this. Yes, it is possible.
But I think
the way you asked the question, bro, I was like, yo,
Natasha
I don't know how
understood me from the
this.
beginning. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I guess because we don't know about NFTs, we had to say we think similarly. Like she completely.
But
me.
but what you gotta understand,
She completely got me.
I think.
I
think we
don't
got.
mind going.
Yeah, I think we got what you were saying. But what we were trying to explain to you is if you give me the code and you give Tasha the code and Nate the code, right? Yes, and we all work together to collect money. Yes, we can collectively make money, but it still has a unique. After you print it and mint it, it still has a unique code.
I get it.
And then everybody's
that
gonna have
the issue.
one
Yeah,
of 10.
the issue.
But
Yeah, the
what I'm
issue
also-
we were trying to get at is SheckMonster's trying to explain how he wants to say it, and I'm trying to get to where he wants to say it. But then he's not giving me all the details to the question.
No.
So then I'm like, okay, well,
I
I'm
gave
missing
you all
the
the details. So the difference is what you guys try to because you guys are very
No, you know how
you're
I know
very
because the
passionate about
moment
this.
the
In
So you're
his
trying to
ideal
protect it.
world, SheckMonster is saying that each of us have the same 10 things and get them
Yeah.
minted at
And
the
it-
exact
and
same
it
time.
was-
Well, no, it doesn't have
and
to be
all
the
of
same
a
time.
sudden,
No, it doesn't have to be the same time.
No,
That's
no.
my point.
No, but
Because
the
here's
10
the thing. No, it's like me
look like
creating.
40, but
No,
they're
what I'm
not
saying
40.
is this. No, what I'm saying is this. If
Hold
I
on,
create,
check Monster before you go.
something, if I create 40 of something, right?
Yeah.
And I give 10 to each of you, it's no
Yeah.
different than what Nate's saying. You guys, I'm the creator, but if you guys go out and sell them, that made you the owner of the product because you sold it for
Yeah.
me, right?
And that's
Yeah.
how I was able to get to his question. Because
so that's
when
what I
I
was trying
finally
to
got to the
say,
question of
is-
him saying, is this boy going to sell it or how's he going to do it? Then I was finally able to understand, oh, that's his question.
So what I'm saying is
After a
that
30-minute loop,
Yeah.
that's why I was able to figure out how to
so
explain
what I
it.
was trying to say is if I make something and I have everybody else sell it because I can't sell it myself, or I
Yeah.
want to be like, oh, hey, guess what? What I'm selling is a 1 of 10, and now you guys can all say it's a 1 of 10, even though it's like a 1 of 40, right?
The comments are hilarious, bro.
Or you could
I
say,
don't
Yeah, I said it.
even though it's a 1 of 40, you could do that with the digital shit too. But it's like you say, the royalties are the person who sells it. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
In life, if you sell something, you have the right to that money. You have to decide
course.
whether to give it to the person who created it and lose,
But-
or not.
So next week, as we continue this, we're gonna talk about: do you want to be the creator of it and how you make money off of it versus a person like me that I can't create it, so I'm just gonna buy it and try to sell it for more. But since you're the creator, you make royalties even after I own it. So that we'll talk about that next week. We'll continue
Okay,
that
so now
conversation.
that's different. Okay.
Wait, what happened? Wait,
Yeah,
Put your
that's-
I was reading the
questions in the
That's-
comments.
So,
okay.
you guys.
What I was telling
Before you start,
SheckMonster.
I was reading the
Go ahead.
comments, and then Vic R was like, "Oh, he just answered everything," trying to argue, and I was like, "I wonder who he's talking about." So yeah, so what you were saying?
Yeah. So what I was telling to SheckMonster was for next week we're gonna figure out whether what's best for you. Do you want to be the creator or the person like me that doesn't create it, but I'll buy it
Oh,
and sell
hell
it
no,
more
bro.
than you as a creator? You still make
Hell
the money. So you the creator. If I sell it, you're gonna say you're gonna buy this, but
We're
you're gonna
doing
have
this.
10% royalties,
You
right?
really want to go down
You sell
this
it to me
road.
at 200. I sell it for 4,000. You still make $400 off of it. And I'll make my
But I-
4,000.
We're cutting the episode
No.
off now because this is getting too deep. Next week
Bro.
on Generation Shock.
We're doing this. We're doing this next week.
We're doing an NFT.
Oh, yeah,
part
we're doing
two.
this.
But just
is a
remember, you decided to bring up this topic. I was gonna
I wanted
gently
to
bring
talk
it up.
about cryptos.
Oh, we can
bro.
include that also. But that's
It'll
gonna
be
be
a little
ongoing.
easier, but, bruh,
All right.
let me get ready for round 2.
folks. I
Any
apologize
Fack
for my
Outta Here?
stupidity for everybody, but obviously, yeah,
No, it wasn't stupid. It was just you don't know about it,
Oh
and
shit.
we're trying to explain it,
I
and
don't
we
either.
just weren't getting the communication
Yeah.
until
All right.
it took the last thing.
Plus, I'm not smart enough to explain it, so you're not listening to me. I know that. You listen to
So
me, you're gonna be
we're
like,
an hour in.
you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? I'm so fucking confused.
We're an hour in. It's time to wrap it up. It's getting late. We want to keep these
Any
a little,
FOHs?
Any FOHs? Anything big? No.
Nah, just drivers.
My FOH is this. This is gonna be like a quick FOH. My
Nah.
fuck out of here is this. My bathroom still ain't motherfucking done.
Oh
That's
my
my fuck
God.
out of here. And I gotta wait
Oh my
still
God.
another week, and it's still not done. Fuck out of here. That's my fuck out of here.
Okay.
Yo, I hope my mute.
A month.
hope I
We're a
keep it.
week. We're 5 weeks in, about to be 6. It better not last till Christmas, motherfuckers. because it's still not done.
All right, we're out of here
Fuck
because it's
outta
the same fuck out of here every week. On that note, tune in next week. NFT continues. We out.
I have a good night.